right.
There
Okay.
we go.
It's a new stream.
So nobody will have seen anything?
We're
So-
live right now?
Yeah. We're back, but we don't know if you know where we're back from.
Yeah, we're back. Oh. You have to rejoin us, folks. You have to say that. Should I say that?
I'll send this to them.
But we're with them right now.
Rejoin us, folks. We're back on the air, period.
No, I got Freddie Sayers.
But how do you do that, Steve? Can we tell them? What do they have to do?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. Because it sounds easy to say rejoin, but what does that mean? Right? If we want people to do something, we got to tell them, here's what you do. And I understand you may have or may not be seeing this. Isn't the technology wonderful? We just got thrown in jail and we didn't think we were doing anything wrong.
Oh, we can do this. Oh, there we are.
Jerry, do you see us
I
now?
see us now. I think delayed. I lost all my chats.
So the chats are gone,
Yeah,
There we are. We're up.
but the chats are
There's
gone,
8 of us on here right now.
which means all the chats prior
Linda's
to
on.
this,
Your arc is a new episode. We don't want to be a new episode.
we have to be. That's what he did. He
we do,
launched a
yeah.
new stream.
Yeah.
Which means that everything that you told us during the last, 44 minutes doesn't exist.
I'll try and get it back.
says
No,
Paul
I'm
Dennis
just
says,
making
"Got
sure
you
that people
back."
look on there and go, wait a minute, I said
You're
X.
Yeah.
I understand that, but they're not seeing what we saw in the last 44 minutes. That's all gone. All that chat doesn't exist.
Right. The chat doesn't exist. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But I'm going to either try and edit the.
They're jumping back on.
I understand that, but I just, they look on there and say, wait a minute, I said you're not going to see that because the chat's gone.
Yeah.
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 Right, Steve?
Right.
See how you can tell this is, we don't do this very often, so this is a little unrehearsed. So would they have seen the entire video that we tried to show them?
They saw most of it. I can include a link in this chat that we're on now if they want to go watch it in its entirety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm
Yeah, it's
asking
okay.
is, can we talk about that video or they would not have seen it? So,
They saw a decent amount of it. It was 6
so
minutes long,
all right, let me
so
ask you this then.
all
Let's see if we can pick this up then. Aren't we all James? And would we have stood there and said, wait a minute, why are you healing all these other people? And I'm one of your guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to get recollected here to be able to answer that too. I think everybody does stand before Jesus that way. I mean,
Would you have accepted what he told you?
yeah, I
then?
would have,
Really?
because I knew that guy loved me. I knew that guy loved me. That guy loves me. Yes, I would absolutely accept what he told me.
Because he basically
Because
said,
he cared for me enough to stand there talk to me about it.
but he
Yeah.
basically said, you're not going to be able to do what you think you should be able to do in terms of walk without your stick until I see you in heaven.
But you are going to be the man you're supposed to be. See, healing always points to something.
Right?
It isn't just. Are you guys
Yeah,
with
they're
us?
saying they saw the whole thing.
Oh, they did
Okay.
see. Okay.
Good. So you get about 30 or so of you back, and then we got about half.
But I
of you
mean,
back.
Jesus was making miracles and signs and saying, this is the kingdom of heaven. And here's a guy that's gave up everything he had. And now he's following him and he's walking with a limp. And he's saying, why can't you heal me?
And he said, "I could heal you.
I know
If
that
it was my Father's will, I could heal you."
and yet James still believes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and other people believe, and nobody saw this. And I don't think James walked around and told people, well, I tried.
No.
And he told me no, right?
Pretty much told you no. Yeah.
So anybody that would have seen, now there were people that saw these healings too, though, didn't they?
Yeah. James healed people himself.
Boy, this is a tough one.
Now that the question then becomes, am I a follower of Jesus or I just want to get healed? I think a lot of people that want to get healed, I think pretty much it's like, Jesus, come and heal me so I can go back to my former way of life and I'll leave you alone. Jesus isn't interested in anything like that.
Right.
The whole point of being healed, or the whole point of healings and cures and all these different things, and the whole point of even not being healed, I think, is so we become a follower. The
All
whole
right.
point is being a follower. Now, I want to read something to you
Please
from the
do.
Catechism, if I can. It says, but these miracles, by the way, folks, those who are with us, we lost a whole bunch of you. I feel bad.
They're
I
coming
feel so
back.
bad.
You're up to 31 more.
I feel so bad that we lost you guys. We had such a good conversation going with all that. And
We didn't think we were doing anything wrong.
no,
is
we
what
did. We didn't think we were risking anything doing that, because we were talking about this morning. Steve and I were talking about doing that this morning. Anyway, here's paragraph 548 and 549. It says this. But his miracles can also be occasions of offense. They are not intended to satisfy people's curiosity or desire for magic. And despite his evident miracle, some people rejected Jesus. He's even accused of acting by the power of the demons. By freeing some individuals from their earthly evils of hunger, injustice, illness, and death, Jesus performed messianic signs. Nevertheless, he did not come to abolish all evil here below, but to free men from the gravest slavery, sin. What thwarts them from their vocation to God's sons and daughters and causes all forms of human bondage. So that's what Jesus was doing. He was trying to somehow, whatever it is that keeps us in human bondage away from God, whatever healings help with that. If you don't get healed, that helps with that. I think that's how it's. Healings and miracles are not meant to be things in themselves. They're always supposed to point to something. And by the way, whenever they come out, Jesus would do all these healings, and people come, we want to see a sign. That, by the way, that means I want religion without risk. I want faith. I don't want faith. I want certainty. I don't want to have any investment in any of this. I want you to do all the heavy lifting, and I'm going to do kind of nothing. That's the kind of world I think a lot of times people want who want to be healed. But when we're followers of Jesus, if healings come, great. If they don't, that's the way it is. In Alpha, again, I'm sorry to be talking about Alpha all the time. There was one man they talk about in the healing evening who has been doing dialysis every day for years, and he's never been healed. But he says, yes, I have. I have this beautiful relationship with Jesus Christ. And he apparently is a big player in Holy Trinity. And so, yeah, whenever the greatest healing we can ever have, I think, is to know that we're the beloved, which is our true identity.
Jerry?
Yeah, you touched on this because I wanted to bring it up. That Susie said, at Lourdes, not all are healed, but all are healed in quotation marks. I think you distinguish it by not all are cured.
Yeah.
But people have a healing. I think I like that distinguishing
I've been
between
healed
cure
a million times.
and healed.
I've been cured of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree.
Can I just, for the sake of people who may be in a similar position, there are moments in our lives, and I have something coming up this week that may determine a lot of things, and you've been where I am, and you kind of, without me telling much, you know what I'm talking
These
about.
crazy.
But
pests all
so
the time.
now you think, okay, if the word I get isn't the word that I want to get, and what else am I going to do? And I've always said that if I ever got in that position, I remember when I was first diagnosed with cancer, and I told the nurse who told me, I said, I'm okay with that. I'm going to be the one that touches the face of God. I worry about my family and all that other stuff, but still, there could be a point this week where I'm going to say, okay, Lord, I don't know that I'm worthy to ask you to just heal me, and this is why I ask on behalf of a lot of people, what am I supposed to do? What do I do at that moment where I think, can you heal me?
I think it's okay to ask.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I don't believe, because I think that's what happens to a lot of people. People will say, well, look, I prayed for 3 days after the doctor told me X, and then the next day the doctor told me Y, and it wasn't what I wanted to hear.
Right.
So it's still okay to ask?
Oh, absolutely. I've known people that have prayed for their children over and over again that they would be healed of stuff, little children. It never happened. They tried everything.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want people to think when they hear about what we're talking about and all these people that were healed and he did all these signs and, to spread his word. That doesn't mean that all you have to do is ask. James in the video from
Some
The
people
Chosen.
don't ask.
Well, that's the point. Yeah, they expect.
He
though, right?
asked.
Yeah, he asked and he was told no.
Yes.
That's got to be a tough one.
But not just told no.
What does our faith teach us, though? Because there are people who are watching who may not be there now, but there's a likelihood at some point in their life, you've been there, you're going to get that conversation you don't want to have.
Sure. Now, what Jerry said is absolutely right. What Jerry said, everybody's healed. Not everybody's cured. I think whenever we seek God's will in our circumstance and our situation, we are always healed. We're not always cured of what we have.
And it's never God's fault if we're not.
No, I don't think so.
But,
no.
people in the secular world, they'd say, well, what'd you do? Look at how good you did all that praying and all that, and you lit all those candles and you did all that other stuff. And guess what?
Yeah.
And I don't have any problem dismissing those people because they don't understand what it is that I was
Not
praying
at
for.
all what's going on?
In my mind, it's like, no, I'm really asking, will you walk with me? Yeah, I would like everything to be. Who wouldn't?
Yes.
But if not, can you at least walk with me? And
Oh,
I'm sorry to do this.
absolutely.
I didn't know if we were going to have time to get to what we wanted to end.
Well, you did.
We only
you
have
did-
5
you did
minutes
well.
left. So do you
Oh,
really
my,
want to
my,
move
my.
forward to what we wanted to
Um,
end on, or do you want to
No,
wait
I
and
want-
save that?
Okay, we have 5 minutes. I have
Yeah,
this.
you got 5 minutes.
Now
You got
we-
6 minutes, actually.
We
Next Sunday is.
No, don't look at.
Oh.
Well,
I'd be happy to do it.
you'd be happy to do the. Okay, Jerry, we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
we're not sure what we're going to do next week.
I didn't
Well,
mean to
we'd
interrupt.
be like our normal self.
Yeah, I didn't want everybody to stop, and this was just for you. I
Okay,
shed it
we're
in your
gonna.
note.
We're supposed to be off next week, but I'm okay with going on.
Okay. I will be.
We lost a few minutes. We can keep going. That's okay.
Well, we no. I wanna-
Yeah, we
I
got a
wanna-
lot more than a few minutes.
Yeah,
The
I
way
wanna-
we
I
want.
wanna-
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
want to stop at 8 because
We
what
don't
I-
want to get into the crucifixion and all
what
that.
I want to just one intro. What I want to do is a little
right.
bit. We want to next week. We want to get. And is it okay with you guys? We do next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Easter, Good Friday. Is it okay? Next
Wait,
time?
next. All right. Now remember, you got the 3rd and the 10th and the 17th,
And then we're off for Easter with all that.
but the
Pardon us, folks. We're having our weekly
well, no,
meeting right
here's
now.
here's. I mean, in terms of planning, planning. Easter's the 31st. Palm Sunday's the 24th. So we have 3 Sundays before Palm Sunday. Or do you want to carry this conversation through Palm Sunday?
No, I can't answer that right now. But
Okay, but we're going to be here next week regardless because we're going to be
Yeah.
off the last week of the month
Yeah.
because that's Easter.
Okay.
We're not going to do a show on Easter.
we have 3 pages of notes, or we did 1 page.
Hey, we're so sorry that we're doing all of our little housekeeping here. Go ahead and do what you had there.
What
I
I want-
took
what
about
I
a
wanna
minute and a
do-
half of your 5 minutes.
Yeah, and what I want to do here is talk a little bit about now. I want to talk about next week. We'll do Holy Thursday. I don't know how far we're getting. We're going to pick up where we left off.
All right, we'll do that. We'll start there
Where
anyway.
we left off, and I want to, and Marty had questions about the crucifixion, and I went, oh, I can't do all that now because it's just so much. But I want to give you a taste of what we're going to try to talk about a little bit. This is from Fleming Rutledge's book, one of the best books I have ever read, theology books I've ever read in my priesthood. And this one's called The Crucifixion. And she writes, this is the introduction. She writes this: Christianity is unique. The world's religions have certain traits in common, but until the gospel of Jesus Christ burst upon the Mediterranean world, no one in the history of human imagination has ever conceived of such a thing as worshiping a crucified man. And here we
Yep.
are, worshiping a crucified man. Now, I could go on from there, but she goes on to say this. I use the word religious and religion in this book as a set of beliefs projected out of human needs, wishes, longings, and fears. So religion is supposed to fix me, in other words, somewhere along the way. Here we go with Christianity, with the worship of a crucified man as completely, totally different than any other religion ever existed on the face of the earth. Now, he goes on to say in one of the footnotes that in the Enlightenment, the Enlightenment, which we're still a part of, the Enlightenment basically said that humanity has come of age, and humanity no longer needs religion, and no longer needs religion that is supposed to fulfill my human needs. That might be correct. So here we have a religion of worshiping a crucified man. What does that mean? This is a new kind of religion that I don't think in the last 2,000 years we've even gotten to yet. What does it mean? What does the crucifixion mean? What's it mean that we worship a crucified man? And as Paul says one time, I boast in nothing else but the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. What's that mean? And so therefore we're going to talk as things unfold here, be closer to this Jesus Christ who was crucified and what all that means. And isn't it interesting that in many, many different religions, Christian religions, They skip Good Friday.
Yeah.
They don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
They go right to the resurrection and miss the whole point. Whenever the Good Friday is everything, absolutely everything for us. So forgive us, Lord. Forgive us, Lord. Forgive us, everybody, for
And
screwing
Lord.
Well, no,
it up.
he's got to forgive us. Well, you know, if the other people are watching, Don, I'm okay with that. But
Yeah.
we
Forgive
didn't.
us.
This didn't happen the way we wanted it to happen.
Yeah, this was kind of a messed up night for us because we kind of lost you guys for a while. But thanks for hanging in there with us and everything. And I'm praying for you, Marty. Lisa said,
Well,
for you. So,
no.
so we're praying for all of us. I feel a little frustrated with the whole thing too. But we'll be back next week, and we learned our lesson. You're going to get us and our pretty face every week, so we won't be putting a bunch of other stuff on there. And Steve's saying something there.
So it looks like the stream's up there. Like it just stopped it at a certain point when it saw that we were playing that videos. You know, so it's up. It's all up until, you know, we saw it go blank.
Okay. All right.
So-
Okay. Very good. All right. Thanks everybody
miss
for
a beat.
joining us. I think we're at 8:00 right
Yeah,
now.
we are.
and,
I'm not raptured. Darn.
We're great. And we'll see you again next week. We'll be here back next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.